Now we're going to use the computer to do a simulation of this random assignment process. So you have to go to the Randomizing Subjects applet. The link for that one is on the far right side of the menu. Just follow the directions, open the applet and press the Randomize button. And I have a screenshot that I'm going to show you, but you should try it for yourself. So what the applet is doing, you hopefully saw it shuffle up the cards. So there are 24 cards. Blue cards are males and red cards are females. And it took the cards and shuffled them up, and it dealt them out into two groups of 12. And if we were able to be in class, you would have a set of cards that you could shuffle and deal. But unfortunately, that's not where we're at. So we have to just let the computer do it. So what we want to do is figure out the proportion of males in each group. So again, there are 24 cards. 16 of them are blue. They have the male's name and height. And there are 8 cards that are red for females, and they have the female's name and her height. The cards were shuffled up, and they were dealt into two groups of 12. Then what the computer did is showing you who's in group 1 here, and it's showing you the proportion of males. So there were 7 males in this group of 12, and that is 0.5833 as it says. In the second group, and by the way, you could see over here, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men in group 1. And then there were 9 out of the group of 12 in group 2 that were men, and that is a proportion of 0.75. So again, if you counted the blue cards in the second group, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 males in the second group. Now, what the computer also did is it computed the difference in sample proportions. So the group 1 proportion minus the group 2 proportion, that is 7 minus 9 is negative 2, and negative 2 out of 12 is negative 0.167, and that is right now the value of the mean, and the dot that's in the plot is at negative 0.167. So it figured out how many men in each group. It then found a proportion by taking the number of men out of 12, and then it calculated the difference in the proportion of males, and we'll come back shortly to see why it's calculating a difference. So in terms of question number 6, what proportion of subjects assigned to group 1 are men? In my case, 7 out of 12, and in group 2, 9 out of 12. And the difference, again, is 7 out of 12 minus 9 out of 12, which is negative 2 out of 12, or negative 0.167. So you should do that for yourself, and you might not have gotten the same split as I did, and that's fine. Okay, then we're going to, so actually before I do that, make sure you read this part. What does each dot represent? That we did one repetition of random assignment. We found the proportion of men in each group, and then we subtracted and found the difference in proportion of men. Okay, then number 7, press the randomize button again, and you should absolutely do this for yourself. I have a screenshot of what happened when I did it. In that case, the cards got shuffled again. There were 12 cards dealt to each group, so I hope you can understand that the shuffling and dealing of cards is equivalent to pulling names out of a hat. Both of them are randomly done. So in the first group, there were 4 out of the 12 were men for a proportion of 0.3 repeating. In the second group, all 12 of them were men for a proportion of 1. And then again, the difference in the proportion of men is 4 out of 12 minus 12 out of 12. That is negative 8 out of 12. or negative 0.667, and that's where this dot is right here at negative 0.667. And now the mean is the average of the first value difference we got, negative 0.167, plus the second one, negative 0.667, and divided by 2. Okay, so in the second case, for number 7, the difference in proportions was not the same. In my case, and yours will be different, this time the difference was negative 0.667.